92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Okay, you go out on a date with someone and they don't get back to you. That's where we come in. We'll call them and find out why. If you want a second date update of your own, you can just email us, brookandjubal@moving925.com, and we'll see if we can get to the bottom of it for you. We've got Kenny on the phone today. Kenny, how are you?
Hey, I'm all right, guys. How you doing?
I'm good. You don't sound all right.
Sad Kenny.
Well, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Confused Kenny.
Spell it out for us, Kenny.
All right, Kenny. So you emailed us. Tell us what your email said.
Well, I had a date.
Mm-hmm.
It was a blind date. Her name was Olivia, and we went to a movie. We're going to go to a movie and then out to eat.
What movie did you guys see?
We saw the new Batman movie. So I know it's not so new anymore, but
That's all right. That's fine.
He was at the discount theater, but that's fine.
yeah, a little long, but, it was good.
Okay.
And, we seemed to be hitting it off, even though we were in the theater. We would make comments on the film a little bit, and maybe I was a little bit nervous. But, I don't know, I had a little bit to drink before I left, just a beer before I left the house. No big deal.
Okay.
All right.
And we left the movie and went to go out to eat, and I said, okay, I'll be right back. I went to the restroom, and I came out, and she was gone.
Really?
She just left.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That happens more than people think because we've got a lot of emails where people will just ditch somebody.
Yeah.
So did you try to get a hold of her after she left?
Yeah, I called her cell, and she didn't answer, and I thought maybe she was by my car because that's where we originally met, the theater, and she wasn't by my car. So
Do you know if she has IBS?
what is IBS?
Irritable bowel syndrome.
I mean,
Sometimes you just got to take off from places when you have it.
It's true.
No, I didn't get to know her that well, unfortunately.
And no, awkward or offensive comments you could think of?
No, nothing I can think of. I mean, it's pretty clear to me she doesn't want a second date, but
Right.
what's really bothering me is that I have no clue what happened.
All right, so you know obviously that she probably doesn't want to go out with you again, and you're ready to hear why.
Yeah, I'd like to hear why. I think I deserve that.
Okay, we're going to call Olivia right after Neo, Let Me Love You. It's Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Okay, we've got sad Kenny on the phone. Kenny went out on a date with a girl named Olivia. They went to the movies, and after the movies, he went to the bathroom and she was gone. Kenny, are you ready to call her?
I'm ready.
You don't really care what she says. You just want to know.
I'm a little nervous.
Right.
I think Kenny's the most prepared of anyone because he's already faced it. I'm going to hear the worst.
I think sad Kenny's going to cry.
Oh.
I think sad Kenny's been crying. All right, sad Kenny, hold on, okay?
Hello.
Hey, Olivia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Jubal,
Hey.
what's up? Are you phone tapping me?
I am not phone tapping you.
Be the worst phone tap ever.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. No surprise to it at all. No, I'm not phone tapping you. I'm doing a second date update on you. Are you?
Oh.
Any idea who that could be?
Yeah, I don't go on a lot of dates. I know who it is.
Okay, you know who it is. So it's a guy named Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you ditched him right after the movie that you guys went to with no explanation and haven't called him back or anything. Okay.
We've deemed Kenny sad Kenny.
Sad Kenny.
Yeah.
I have another name for him.
Oh, you do?
What is that?
Drunk Kenny.
Oh. All right. He did say that he had a beer before you went to the movies. Was he drunk on your date?
Yeah.
How drunk?
Well, I didn't do a blood test on him, but, I mean, he was definitely intoxicated. I could smell it. He slurred some of his words.
Ooh, that's bad.
And the reason why I just bailed without saying anything, which I would never do, he goes, well, let me go use the bathroom. And I walk around the corner, and I see him peeing in the parking garage.
No way.
Yeah, seriously. And I don't know if he's, too drunk to remember.
Kenny is on the phone. Kenny,
Yeah,
do you remember peeing in the parking lot?
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
All right. When we talked to you earlier, Kenny, you said that you had a beer before the date. How much did you drink, really?
I had one beer and
Yeah.
just a couple
No.
shots on the way out the door.
Shots?
But I remember almost all of the movie. I did not think that I was that drunk, and I'm kind of in shock right now that she thinks I was that drunk.
Do you usually take a couple of shots on your way out the door?
Well, I just haven't had a date in a while.
That's the way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot.
What do you mean? What else does it explain?
I mean, I just remember when I first came out, I don't know. I can hold a lot more than that. I'm surprised it
That's
shows that
promising.
much.
So, Olivia, yeah, if you listen to that, don't worry. Kenny can get a lot drunker if you want him to.
Yeah.
Can anyone hold Olivia partially responsible for letting this dude drive home, though? Why didn't you offer him a ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hammered. You should have known better, Olivia. Let's turn this all back around on you.
I'm just saying, there's got to be,
It wasn't like, listen, it was more like turned off by the fact that he showed up drunk and then he was peeing in the garage. And I think I didn't even think about that.
Okay. All right, Kenny. Well, there's your answer. Does that make
Can I ask her if she'd want to try again under different circumstances, like a daytime tea date or something?
You certainly can. At the end of these, we say we'll pay for your second date if you're interested. So, Kenny, go ahead and ask her out.
Would you like to start over, Olivia, with maybe like coffee or something?
I'm sorry. I don't think so.
oh.
That's a big deal to me. Like somebody who drinks a lot, I just can't do it.
What are you, charity church mouse over here?
Hey, I understand her point.
Yeah, because you're a vegan who doesn't drink and didn't have sex until you were 24.
Brooke just wants every single one of these to go out on a second date. Have you noticed that? Every time we do one, no matter how bad it is, she's always like, oh.
No matter the red flags that are there.
So-
I mean, it's just not cool for me.
So you don't want a second date then with Kenny?
No.
You realize that's going to drive him to drink even more now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The email for today's second date update said, help, I went out on the most romantic date of my life, and now he isn't calling me back.
Oh, no.
So I'm assuming if it's the most romantic date of your entire life, skee ball must have been involved, and probably a quarter pounder.
I would take
And
that,
maybe
actually.
finish up the evening with a dipped soft serve cone.
Oh, damn.
Man, that
that
is romantic.
Good.
We'll have to ask Heather and find out if that's what happened, though. Heather, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So you went out on the most romantic date of your life, and now the dude isn't getting back to you.
Yeah.
Did it involve any of those things? Did you guys play skee ball?
No.
No?
Although that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Well, you said romantic, so I assume skee ball
That's
was
fun, though.
Dude, where'd you meet the guy that you went on the most romantic date ever with?
Well, he actually does business with my dad. And, my dad is the type of guy who's always like, you should date my daughter. And,
Oh, no.
And yeah, and I'm usually pretty resistant, but he kept talking about this guy and just said he was really, really great. And he kind of convinced me, so I gave in, I guess.
You actually agreed to
And-
go on a date with somebody that your dad recommended.
Wow.
I know, it sounds crazy, but he sounded like a great guy. And then I met him, and he is. So
Yeah, that's the craziest part. You actually had to own up to your father that he was right.
that was the worst part.
What's his name, by the way, the guy that you went out with?
Trevor.
Trevor, okay. What was so special about him?
First of all, he's like super good looking, funny, smart, intelligent.
Wow.
I was skeptical, but he was everything my dad said.
Yeah.
Really?
Sounds like your dad had a
Oh
crush
my
on him.
God.
So what happened when you meet Trevor? Where'd you guys go?
He took me to this rooftop of a building, and there was this amazing dinner laid out with like flowers and
What?
wine. I mean, he had to have spent a lot of money to set that up.
Okay, wait, hold on, though. I would almost be freaked out. On a first date, walking into that is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little weird at first, but I go on so many dates where it's just like, hey, let's go to the bar and get drunk, So when this happened, I was like, not going to say no or second guess.
That's very
So you
good
said
point.
a rooftop. Was it a rooftop deck at a restaurant? Because the way you said it sounds like it was just a private thing.
Yeah, it was just a private thing.
Oh,
It
my
wasn't
Wow.
even, yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, wait, and you hadn't hung out with this guy at all? Like, did you know anything really about him yet besides what your dad told you?
We talked a little bit leading up to it, and he just asked me what my favorite foods were. And then when we got there, he had chefs make my favorite foods.
Oh,
Wow.
Is he like...
It's too much. You're doing too much there, in my opinion.
Yeah, how do you follow that up with a second date? My God, that's why he's not calling you back. He's like, well, I did the best I could, and now it's over. We peaked already.
Maybe, but we had such a great time, and he said that he couldn't wait to see me again.
Yeah, how did you guys end everything? A helicopter ride?
We rode jetpacks over the city.
Yeah.
So on the way back to our cars, he stopped me and he said he really wants to kiss me, but then he's like, I'm a gentleman, and I want to treat you with respect. So I want to wait a couple more dates to kiss you.
Damn.
Oh, my God.
He is playing it so good, though.
Jeez.
I mean, kind
Seriously.
of cheesy, but so on point.
Oh my gosh, I'm blushing.
Yeah.
It was the best date of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, it almost feel unreal, the whole thing. Like it was all just a dream.
It kind of did feel like that. And then
Wow.
after the date, we were texting for a couple days, and he was being really sweet and just telling me how much he wanted to see me again.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden, he just stopped texting me, and I haven't heard from him.
Have you had your dad check up on him?
No. I did ask my dad, though, if he'd talked to him recently. And, they don't work directly together. They just do business together. So
Right.
he said he hadn't talked to Trevor in a while and hadn't heard from him. And he said he would call, but I just thought that was too weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor,
Yeah.
this is Mr. Heather here. What's going on, bud? Why are you not calling my daughter back? That would be awkward.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you could think of why he would just stop talking to you?
No. I mean, we had a great date. I don't think so. He was the one being ultra romantic, so
Yeah.
I can't imagine he was scared.
And the follow-up emails about how he can't wait to see you. Like, why would you even go there?
Yeah.
The whole thing just confuses me. I have no idea why he would just completely drop out of my life like that.
Well, we'll try to figure it out for you. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
They say that romance is dead, but that's not true. Romance isn't dead. It just doesn't want to talk to you.
That's actually true in this case.
And that's what happened for today's second date update. If you're just joining us, Heather is on the phone. She actually went out on the most romantic date she's ever been on with a guy named Trevor, and now Trevor isn't calling her back. They actually met through her father, who does business with Trevor. I guess her dad's one of those guys that always recommends that people should date his daughter. You know how that goes. And she's usually skeptical, but she actually went out with this dude, and it ended up being the best date she's ever been on.
God, I'd say.
So now we need to call him and figure out why he's not getting back to her. Heather, here we go. You ready to call him?
Yep, I'm ready. I just really want to know what's happening.
I know.
It's like the best date of my life.
I'm really hoping for a reasonable explanation. But if I was going to play bad cop, do you think that there's any way that this guy may be like a super player and like,
Yeah.
the private chefs, the rooftop dinner,
He knows what he's doing.
the line at the end with the kiss?
Yeah, but those types of guys, they just want to hook up with you and leave, and that never even happened. And plus, you spent a couple days texting with me.
Yeah,
he
it's a
didn't
good
even
point.
he didn't even kiss you. He actually said, "I want to kiss you so bad right now, but I'm a gentleman and I can't."
Even when you say that, it makes my heart melt, and you're not even Trevor.
Oh my God, I feel the same way, and I'm not even you.
All right.
I gotta start using
Well, let's call this dude and find out why he's not getting back to you.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Trevor.
This is Trevor. What do you got?
Trevor, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What is that?
That is a radio show.
Jubal is your name?
Yes, it is. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning. What can I do for
Good
you?
morning. Well, I actually have a question about a date that you went on. One of our listeners emailed us about you. And I'll just get to brass tacks. I can tell you're a business kind of guy.
Yeah, he straight to the point here.
Okay, whatever. Do what you need to do.
All right. So here's the deal. You recently went out with a girl named Heather. You remember going out with Heather?
I do remember going out with Heather, yes. Why are you asking me about it now?
Well, because Heather emailed us saying that after your date, which was the most romantic date she's ever been on, by the way, after your date, you stopped texting her, and she's wondering why.
Wow. That's a real grown-up move there, Heather.
What? Wait, I don't get it. Like, are you upset by that? Are you being sarcastic, or?
That she emailed the radio station to complain about why I'm not calling her after our date.
It wasn't a complaint.
Yeah, not to complain about it. She's just like in the dark. She doesn't know why you stopped talking to her.
Mm-hmm. Well, all I can say is I'm good there.
You're good there.
What? Wait, you're telling me that you're good there and you put that much effort into a first date?
We talked to Heather, and she told us about the date you took her on, the private meal on a rooftop with all of her favorite foods made by private chefs. Yeah. That's a lot to do for a lady.
That's kind of just what I do.
That's what you do on all your first dates?
No, it's just kind of what I do in life. It's little details are important, and if you can ace the details, then you're going to ace the test.
Okay,
so
it's not a test.
So this wasn't even that crazy of a first date for you?
For me, no.
For her,
it was. For her, yes.
Right. Okay.
But I knew it would be that way, and it was all by design.
You knew it would be that way.
I'm confused. The way she described you were charming, you were romantic, and right now you're coming off as kind of a smug a-hole.
Well, you call me in the middle of my business day in a situation like this, I'm not going to be particularly happy about it.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay,
so
we
can get you on the
that.
phone as quick as possible if you wouldn't mind just telling us why you're not wanting to talk to her.
Look, we had a lovely time, and I got what I wanted out of the date.
What?
You got what you wanted out of it, but you didn't even kiss her at the end. What did you want out of it?
A dinner?
If you must know, I did it for a business deal.
What?
You did it for a business deal going out with her.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I sometimes do business with her father,
Yeah, she told us that.
and sometimes in a deal, the numbers can all line up, and it can all look great, but it's really the personal touch that closes. And this guy clearly had a soft spot for his daughter. She was a good-looking gal. He mentioned that it might be a good idea that I date her, so I called her up, and I took her on the best date of her life.
Oh,
So you're telling me that you used her as a stepping stone in your little effing career?
I'm not saying that, no, but I will tell you that 2 days later, I closed the deal.
You are, oh my.
So,
Once the money comes in.
so you took her out just to close a deal with her father.
Not just to close the deal. We had a nice time. She had a nice time, I'm sure. It wasn't a wasted night in her life.
Yes, it was.
dude.
You were texting her afterwards and you couldn't wait to see her again. You played with her emotions. You totally let her on. You're a total
Jeez, Brooke.
Look, you can call me names all you want, but I'm just being honest with you guys. You called me, and I'm the one closing multi-million-dollar deals on a regular basis.
Whoa.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you didn't have
great.
to, like...
use
I mean,
people.
couldn't you just go, yeah, sure, I'll go out with your daughter and take her on a regular date and not try to be super romantic about it?
So I should take her on a date?
Or,
I guess-
hey, I don't know. Maybe you just don't use his daughter at all and you're actually a good businessman and you make a deal without having to use somebody's daughter in the process of it.
Listen, sweetheart, in business, you do whatever you need to do to close the deal, okay? I close the deal. The day that you're doing things like that, you can come talk to me, but I'm the one who knows my business.
Good look.
And by the way, her dad offered her up,
She's
so I'm going
not
to take advantage of that.
a bonus structure, you asshole.
Dad's fault.
You are an asshole. He didn't offer me up. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on here?
Trevor, that's Heather. She's actually on the other line listening and wanted to talk to you.
Brooke.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
You f***ing used me. You took me on this romantic dinner. You told me all these things that you loved about me, how you wanted to see me again. Like, what the hell was that? That was...
And you had a great time, right?
Yeah, I had a great time because I believed you really liked me.
I do like you, Heather, but that doesn't mean I'm going to marry you. That doesn't mean that we're obligated to have anything beyond that night.
Oh, man.
You are the biggest ass I have ever met in my entire life. I've never met someone as awful as you, ever.
I don't really have much of a response to that. All I can say is that at the end of the day, ask yourself this question. Were you going home with me if I asked you?
No.
I saw the look in your eye at the end of the night. If I wanted to take you home with me, I 100% could have. And I didn't, I didn't even kiss you. I respectfully ended the night with you. So when it comes down to it, I was a true gentleman, no matter what you might think about me.
Really? Really? You were a gentleman by wasting my time just to get a business deal with my father.
At what point did I sign a contract with you that gave me any obligation with you whatsoever?
You have an obligation just to be a good human being. Like, life is not business. You don't do this to people.
I never once treated you unkindly or disrespectfully until you called the radio station trying to call me out.
He's right.
Yeah.
No, he's not right.
He didn't
It's
treat her
totally-
badly when they went out.
He treated her like an object, okay? Whether he said it to her face or not, that's as disrespectful as you freaking get.
He was nice about it.
Oh my God, you guys are idiots.
I'd like to go out on a
Yeah,
nice
but then
date.
you stopped texting me completely. So I don't really think that that's treating me well. Do you? Just leaving somebody hanging like that after taking them on an amazing
Yeah.
date? You couldn't even just be honest and be like, actually, I went out with you to close the deal. Like,
Oh, that's
I
kind of...
might have even respected that a little more, but I had to call a radio station and get them to talk to you? Give me a break. I'm going to tell my dad to pull the deal with you. Like,
Well, it's a little late to pull the deal. Deal's closed, so it's not going to happen.
Dude, Trevor, how do you have like zero remorse whatsoever?
You know, I might feel a little bad about it, but when I open my bank account, I feel pretty good about how my business is going.
Oh my God, you narcissistic.
I feel sorry for you because you may say you have a bunch of money and you love your business, but you have no heart and no soul, and I pity you. You're going to end up alone.
Look, you never would have known about any of this if you hadn't done this bull thing that you're doing right now.
I would have
You could
still
have,
been
you
wondering.
could have
I
had the
actually
fantasy
really
for the rest
like
of your
you.
life of the guy that you could have had, and whatever happened to him? Well, we sure had a nice time that night.
Why not try to have another nice time? Trevor,
that's
would you like to
good.
go out on a second date with Heather? I know you have money, but we'll pay for it.
Please don't even offer that. I don't want to go.
Are you sure?
You know what, Heather? I think there's another deal that might be good for your dad in a couple of months, so maybe we just wait until then.
Oh my God, you did not.
Oh, Trevor, I can guarantee you my dad will not be doing any more deals with you.
Trevor, thank you for being brutally honest with us.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Oh my God, I'm angry.
Heather, I'm sorry you had to find out that you were just a pawn in his game of trying to get some business done with your dad.
Yeah.
I guess it goes to show you don't listen to your dad anymore.
That's a good point.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 that says, I honestly like this guy's style. I'm a businessman, and I would do the same thing to get my sale.
That is
He is
so
money-driven,
gross, man.
and she was leverage, and he used it. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning, talking about the second date update. If you missed it, this girl, Heather, wanted to call a dude named Trevor. Trevor took her out on the most amazing date she's ever been on. She went out with Trevor because her dad was like, hey, I know this guy. I do business with him. He's really great. You should go out with him. Her dad does that all the time, I guess. She usually says no, but she said yes this time and had a wonderful date. We got Trevor on the phone to find out why he wasn't calling back. And it turns out he just went out with her so he could close a deal with her dad. He said he wanted to show her the best time of her life, and he did, so that she would go back to her dad and like rave about it, and he could get the deal done.
This
And
is
it
so
worked.
gross. I mean, I don't know how people are supporting him. He's using like another human being as a pawn in a business deal that has nothing to do. Like, maybe if she was involved in the business or something, I would maybe understand it a little bit more.
I actually thought this guy was going to get ripped more than he is.
I can't
It's pretty split. There's a lot of people that are like he's kind of a douchebag, but there are a lot of people texting in like, man, you got to do what you got to do to get a sale done.
So gross.
Some people are like, well, at least he didn't use her and like sleep with
Yeah,
her.
he didn't. He didn't kiss her.
doesn't
Didn't do anything like that. He just took her out on a great date, showed her a great time, and got the business done. And I guess, according to our text message board and our listeners, that's what life is all about.
Yeah, you guys are messed up. We need to talk priorities in
If
a little
you-
while, okay?
Want to do a second date update? All you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the guy on the phone for a second date update today actually wants to do a second date update. Because in his email, he said that the girl he was out with spent the whole time on her phone.
Oh, so annoying.
It's a problem I've never had because usually girls are so mesmerized by my beautiful hazel eyes.
Shut up.
They never even think about staring at their phone screen. Only time they do it is actually take a picture of my eyes because they want to show their friends. Anyway, I guess we'll talk to Jesse and see why he wants to call this girl back. So, Jesse, your email said the girl you went out with was on her phone the whole time. Why do you even want to do a second date update?
Well, she's actually a really cool person, and besides the fact that she was on her phone the whole time, I do like her.
Okay.
You know, we did have some conversation.
I feel like that this is such a good example of men who really love the chase. Because it sounds like the girl was really bored on your date if she's on her phone the whole time.
I guess I didn't think about that part.
What's her name, first of all?
Oh, her name's Lori.
What did you guys do on your date when you went out?
We just went out to dinner.
Okay, and how much of the date was she on her phone?
A lot.
A lot.
Was she texting someone else, or was she like, oh my God, look at this Instagram picture I just put up?
I couldn't tell. She had like her phone like kind of to where I couldn't see the screen, but she was on it and was definitely typing a lot. So I assumed she was texting.
She like live tweeting your date?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Did you ever say, hey, can you put the phone down and concentrate on the conversation, please?
I actually did. I said it kind of rudely, I think. It was bugging me a lot. I was getting kind of pissed off about her being on the phone and not. She'd be mid-conversation and would not be paying attention to what I was saying, and I'd ask her a question and I'd say something and she wouldn't answer, and so I kind of blew up at her, I guess. I kind of yelled. I didn't yell, but I said it loud enough to where the tables next to us kind of looked over.
Really?
No.
What did you say?
I was just like, who are you texting? Like, I was in the middle of talking, and she obviously wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you're like, hey, person over here across the table who's probably going to pay for your expensive dinner. Would you mind putting the phone down for a second?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I think I did come off as a jerk.
So did she put her phone down at that point? Were you guys actually able to enjoy the rest of the date?
She did put her phone down, but the date wasn't too enjoyable after that.
All right.
Awkward moment.
So is that why you think she's not calling you back, because you yelled at her about being on the phone?
I'm afraid it is. After the date, I apologized. I tried to explain to her that I was wanting to hang out with her. I'd been so excited about finally having a date with her, and I just wanted to talk to her, and she was on the phone the whole time, and so I was also nervous something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a family issue or something, but she wouldn't tell me who she was texting, and she just kind of hugged me, and then we went our ways, and I haven't heard back.
You didn't say, like, can we try this again?
Yeah, I did. I was like, please let's meet up again. And she just kind of nodded, yes, yeah, okay. And, I was like, all right, well, I'll text you. And I texted her a couple times. And
we know she knows how to use that phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's getting that text message.
We know that she's seen your texts for sure. She hasn't gotten back to you at all. Not a word.
No, not anything. And I'm not trying to be overbearing and get on her a whole bunch, but I at least need to know a reason. I mean, if she's mad at me when I yelled at her, I don't know. You
just want the opportunity to explain to her that, hey, sorry I snapped, but you were on your phone the whole time, and that's pretty rude.
Yeah, and I feel like I did explain that afterwards, but it was it was right after it happened, and I just kind of want to. If that's the problem, I'd like to apologize to her again about it, and and try to have another date, and maybe whatever she's on the phone with about, she can not do that next time, and I won't yell at her.
What makes her so special? I mean, if you're online dating, I'm assuming that you have some other options you can go with.
Yeah, well, honestly, she's gorgeous. When I first started talking with her, I thought she was too pretty for a dating website, but then I got to know her a little bit, and we have a lot of the same interests, and, I don't know, I would like to get to know her more.
Do you want this to be more of a hookup, or are you actually trying to date this girl? Because from the sounds of your date, it sounds to me like you want to see her again just so you can hook up, and you're not actually interested in dating her.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely part of that.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be too honest here, but
I mean, I'd definitely like to hook up with her. I don't know, maybe a relationship too. I don't know. I mean, anything can happen. We're both young, and
you just want another chance at whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel like I put a lot of effort into it. There was a lot going on, and I guess I'm really just confused by the whole situation. And
okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. All right?
All right, cool.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I actually don't know if I should do today's second date update.
Why's that?
You there, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm here.
Jesse wants us to call a girl named Lori. They went out on a first date. Lori spent her whole time texting while they were on the date. He even called her out for it, got kind of mad at her, and then things got awkward at that point, and the date was sort of over after he called her out for the texting. Jesse, I think I shouldn't do this second date update.
Why?
Well, because I've got a little bit of insider information. The person she was texting on your date was me.
That is not true.
Yeah, she was texting me the whole time like, hey, this guy Jesse's a bore. I need a real man to swoop up in here so I can enjoy my evening.
Yeah.
You still want me to do the second date? You still want my seconds? I guess I can give them to you.
Yeah, I know how to better you, so it'll be fine.
Oh, gosh, Jesse.
All right. Well, that's the gist of it, though. Jesse went out with this girl. She spent the whole time texting. They got in an argument, and she hasn't talked to him since. We're about to get her on the phone and find out if she wants to go out with him again, even though she didn't seem very interested on your actual date, Jesse.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number. We'll probably get her on the phone because I'm assuming it's attached to her hand at all times. And find out if she'd like to go out with you again, okay?
Awesome.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lori, please?
This is Lori.
Hey, Lori, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How come, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, you could start by letting me know why you're not calling my man Jesse back.
What?
You remember going on a date with a guy named Jesse?
Yeah?
Well, Jesse listens to our radio show, and we do a segment called the Second Date Update. Jesse wants to know why you're not calling him back.
Oh. That's weird.
It is kind of weird, and I know it's a weird phone call to get, but do you have a few minutes to talk to us about your date with Jesse?
I guess so.
Okay.
Sure.
I have a question for you. So Jesse told us a little bit about your date. He said that you were texting the whole time during your date. And then he told us at one point he called you out for it, and you seemed a little annoyed that he did that.
Yeah, he got really mad at me.
He said that.
Is that the reason why you don't want to see him again?
It's just one of those things where it just didn't work out. It just wasn't a good fit.
Okay.
Were you, like, disappointed when you saw him?
No.
Why were you texting the whole time on your date?
I was just texting my friend because it was about something he said that was so nuts that I couldn't even believe this was happening. Like, I thought I was, like, on, like, a hidden camera show or something.
Wait, something Jesse said that was so crazy?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I mean, it was just bad, and whatever. It's not that I really don't want to talk about it, really.
Well, here's the thing. Jesse wants us to do this, so he probably should know for future dates if he's saying something so outrageous that you have to text your friend in the middle of it. It might be helpful to him to know what he said.
Yeah, okay. So he asked me, like, kind of what are you into, and I was like, oh, I'm, kind of into photography right now. Mm-hmm. Just stuff that I like to do, and
just normal first date talk.
Yeah. And then I was like, I asked him what he's into, and he said, I'm really into Hitler.
What?
No way. Oh, he had to be
Was
kidding.
Is he talking about a different Hitler or the most famous Hitler?
I thought it was like, oh, is there a band called Hitler? Which is weird, but like, what?
That's a little shocking.
Oh my God.
And then he said, no, seriously, I can't get enough of Hitler right now. He's amazing.
What?
He's amazing.
God.
Yeah, I'm half Jewish too, so it's even worse.
Oh my God.
It's just like I don't even understand. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, and then he starts going off on all these facts about Hitler, like things that you wouldn't even know.
Did you tell him?
Like fun facts about Hitler. Like it was so weird, and I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So that's why I was texting, because
I was texting my friend. I was like, what do I do? What do I say? Like, what am I doing? And then he gets mad that I was texting.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, Lori, when you're out with a guy who's like, I love
gosh.
Hitler, and then you're on your phone, he's like, put the phone down now. What did you say to him?
I just couldn't. I was like, it's not like it's a teaching moment, right? It's not like I need to reach across the table and go, hey, man, probably shouldn't talk about your love of Hitler on the first date.
Oh my
That is a good point. Hey,
I just, like, I'm telling you this now. I still can't believe it.
Speaking of teaching moments and letting him know that he shouldn't be talking about his love of Hitler on a first date, Lori, he's actually on the other line listening right now.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
I'm shocked too because I had no idea that this was even something that was an issue in the date or something that came up.
I mean, it was an issue. It's an issue. It's an issue. Like it's like a universal issue.
Yeah.
No,
It's like a hateful, horrible thing, and you're like into it. And what?
No, I'm into. Like the man himself was. He was crazy. It was the person. He was an artist. He drew stuff. He was. Look, morality aside, okay. That crazy stuff. He was an amazing person, you know.
No. Morality's kind of the point.
I know this sounds bad, but I was just bringing up other facts about him. I mean, he's very interesting to me. The things that the person he was before things happened. You know,
before things happened.
I'm just saying that I've been reading a lot. We were talking about things we've been doing. I've been watching a lot of documentaries, and I just can't get enough of watching and learning. And it's fascinating. It's so fascinating that person, that human.
It is fascinating. I'll say that. Like, I watch documentaries. It's fascinating. It's a very, very bad mark in human history, but it is fascinating. Is that what you were trying to say, Jesse, rather than you're a fan of Hitler?
Yes, I was not saying I do not support his issues. I do not support what he did.
You said I'm really into Hitler right now.
Right. Like, you know, like I'm really into baseball right now. I'm really into, I don't know, rocket science. I don't know. Like, it was something I'm studying. It's just something I like to learn about things. It's what I'm learning about right now. I'm just learning a lot about Hitler. I keep learning more and more things, and it's crazy how much is about this guy.
Oh, my God.
That's what you want to learn. You're a fan. You're a fan.
No.
People are fans of, like, One Direction. You're that kind of fan.
Hey, don't you dare talk about One Direction, okay? We don't want to remember the things that they've done for society.
Terrible.
Look, I'm not saying I'm a fan, okay? We were talking about what we're into right now. It's what I'm reading about. This is totally getting taken out of context. I mean,
So why don't you say it like that, Jesse? Why don't you say, I've been watching a lot of documentaries about Hitler, and I find them very interesting.
Even so, who even says that? Like,
exactly.
Don't even bring it up. I'm even trying to make up excuses for you now, and I can't.
You were texting the whole date, and then you wouldn't say anything. If you had told me that you were upset,
because
that I was.
You seemed like a crazy, evil person.
Yeah.
All right, think about it. All right, what's worse, texting on a date or talking about Hitler?
What?
Right? I rest my case.
I guess they're both
I
bad.
don't even know what to do with that, really.
They're both really bad things to do on a date.
I would argue that the texting is the lesser of the two evils.
Well, it's not like he did anything Hitler did. He just said he likes to watch documentaries about him.
He's not as bad of a guy as everybody thinks he is.
He's the worst guy ever.
Lori,
Oh, my gosh.
at this moment, I would like to ask if you'll go on a second date with Jesse. We will pay for it.
Not even. No. Like, no. What?
Sorry, Jesse, no second date for you.
My God.
That's fine. It's okay. If she's going to get upset about little stupid things in conversation when she asks me a question.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you got a bunch of history to catch up on anyway. You don't need to be going on dates right now, right?
Exactly. Whatever. I've got plenty of other people I can hang out. I've got a group that we meet up and we talk about all kinds of stuff. So
I bet you do. Cut up bed sheets.
It's not like that, dude. Seriously.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Guys will do all kinds of things to try to score with women, including taking their man card, ripping it up, stomping, burning it, and then throwing it in the trash. Like what Tucker did to meet a girl. He went to a pottery class in order to meet girls. No. Tucker, how are you?
I am guilty as charged.
Yeah, hey, it looks like it worked, though, so I can't really hate on you too much. So that's where you said you met the girl that you want us to call today. What is her name, by the way?
Her name is Sophie.
Sophie, all right. So you signed up for this pottery class specifically to meet girls, or you are actually interested in making pots?
No, my buddy told me about this, and he, we were going to sign up together, and he actually didn't end up doing it.
So
it's just you by yourself in the pottery class. Did you feel like a creeper being by yourself in the pottery class?
Yeah.
Trying to get girls?
Absolutely, I did.
All right. But it worked out for you. Tell us about how you talked to Sophie.
So Sophie was right next to me. Okay. She's on her wheel. I'm on my wheel. And I didn't want to talk at first because, again, I feel creepy in this. My buddy Jamie's supposed to be there. We were going to, kind of wingman this.
Right.
But it didn't work out like that. And I think she could tell that I was kind of out of place in there.
Mm-hmm. Did you position yourself next to her on purpose?
No, it just happened now that she was a beautiful woman. I mean, It just happened that she was hot and sat right next to me.
Luck of the draw.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there. And she looks over, and the first thing she says, "Are you making a mug?" And I was like, all right, that's a good opening. Let's go.
Now, were you making a mug? Was she like being flirty, ripping on your pottery skills?
I didn't know what the hell I was making.
Okay. So, what'd you tell her you were doing?
I was like, yeah, of course I'm making a mug. What are you making over there? You got a bowl going? And she looks at me and she's like, honestly, I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude.
So this made me feel really comfortable. I'm like, oh my God, she's kind of in my head right now.
Tucker, I stand corrected, all right? I ripped on you at the beginning of this saying that was not a manly thing to do, go take a pottery class. But after hearing that sexy exchange between you two, what is that, a mug? What you making, a bowl? Oh my God, Tucker.
Foreplay.
That is some hot pottery action that you had going on.
Shockingly, I'm single, huh?
Yeah. How'd you guys end up going out? Did you ask her out at that class, or did you wait a while? Had you been in the class for a couple weeks together?
It was actually after that class, I told her, I said, hey, I know this great bar around the corner. It's got pretty good drinks. They're kind of cheap, but at the same time, it's got some great jazz. Do you want to go?
Oh, so you were going to go that night, just carry that momentum of your great conversation straight into...
Mine as well.
Yeah. How did it go?
I thought it was great. I thought we had a really good conversation. It picked up. We were talking old high school stories and awkward high school stories and stuff like that. It was funny because she told me about the time that she chipped her tooth. And the same exact thing had happened to my sister, so we were kind of commiserating about that because, being in high school and your tooth is chipped, that's something they can't fix right away. It takes
Sounds like
a while.
Crazy story. So you guys had good conversation and drank a little bit. Did anything especially interesting happen, or was it a pretty average date for you?
I thought it was a very good first date for me. She was really, really funny, which I don't find that a lot in women. No offense,
chicks, not funny at all.
No. I just get my sense of humor.
I'm just not funny.
So at the end of the night, I was walking to her car back over where the class was, and I went in for the hug. I didn't want to go in for the kiss. I felt there was chemistry, but I didn't want to rush it. I felt like that would be a little bit too forward.
So what did she do after the hug?
After the hug, she's like, all right. I'm like, let's get another drink, sometime soon, maybe next week after class. And she was like, sure. But it's been a couple weeks, and she has not shown up for class.
All right. Wow. She's definitely probably blowing you off then if she's not showing up to the pottery class. So you've just been going to pottery class for fun now, if you think about it, for the past couple times.
I got to finish that mug.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've texted her a bunch of times. She didn't have my number, so I was making sure she knew. I'm like, hey, it's Tuck, how are things going? Hey, how's your bowl?
Yeah,
and you got nothing back at all?
Nothing back, no response whatsoever.
And she stopped going to the class.
Which is a big investment. Those are expensive classes.
And do you know how important do-it-yourself stuff is to ladies?
That's
we
true.
like our crafts.
You probably ruined her whole Pinterest account, you jerk. All right, Tucker. We're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Tucker.
Yeah.
Whatever happens in your second date update today, I want you to promise me one thing.
Okay.
you continue to go to that pottery class where you met this girl, and you finish what you were working on, and you send it to me here at the station. I want to put it next to my microphone every day so I can remember Tucker and his pottery class.
I will make you a set of bowls.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Nice.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Tucker is on the phone. He wants us to call a girl named Sophie. He met her in a pottery class. He went there specifically for the purpose of meeting girls, and it worked out. They went on a date. Nothing really crazy happened. Had some good conversation. Watched some jazz. Didn't get a kiss or anything at the end of the night, just a hug. But now she's not calling him back. And not only that, she hasn't shown up at his pottery class. So Tucker's pretty sure that something weird happened. But you have no idea what that could be.
No, at this point, I just want to know what I did.
And there's no way that she could like figure out that your plan was to troll for chicks the entire time.
I mean, it might have been a little transparent, but I still think we had a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if she enjoyed your company, you enjoyed her company, you would think she would call you back.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update. Ready?
Yep.
Here
Okay,
we go.
do it.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is Sophie there?
This is her.
Hey, Sophie. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh. Hi.
Hi. What's going on?
Why am I getting a call?
Why not, Sophie?
She sounds
Why can't I just
excited.
call people sometimes? It's, you know.
How did you get my number?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you that just yet.
Oh, that's creepy.
You recently went on a date with one of our listeners. His name is Tucker. He liked you a lot, and now you're not calling him back. Not only that, but he told us that he met you at the pottery class that you attend, and you haven't been at the pottery classes. So Tucker's thinking that he did something really, really bad on your date. So he emailed us to ask you if he did something wrong. Did Tucker screw up?
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is so weird. I can't believe he called and said this to you.
Yeah, we talked to him about your date. He told us that everything seemed fine to him. You went to that bar, watched some jazz, had some fun, ended the night with a hug, and everything seemed cool, and now he can't get a hold of you. Is there a particular reason why?
Well, I mean, there was something that came up in a conversation that made me kind of, like, want to avoid him.
Can you tell us what that is?
I mean, this is a really awkward, like, kind of personal thing. I don't know if I should talk about it.
Personal about you or personal about Tucker?
Him.
Okay, the reason I ask is, Sophie, if it's about you, I understand you not wanting to say it. But if it's about Tucker, he's the one that wants to hear it. He went as far as to email us to call you. So he's prepared to hear whatever you have to say. So what did he do that's so inappropriate?
Well, he just kind of, I guess he got a little comfortable in the conversation that we were having, and he just kind of said something very personal about himself that you shouldn't really say when you don't know a girl.
Like what?
What did he say?
Like something you say after too many drinks?
I mean, we didn't drink a lot. I was fine. I mean, I don't know if he just can't hold his liquor, but we only had like a couple drinks.
What did he
it
say
make
to
you
you?
embarrassed, or does it make you more fearful of him?
Embarrassed for him. And okay, so we were talking about high school.
Yeah.
I guess because we were in a class, it made us think of high school. And we're like talking about high school stories and embarrassing moments, and it was fun. We were laughing, and then I was telling him about my sex ed class and how my teacher was drawing this giant penis, and we were all giggling, and we're high school, and then the teacher talks about climaxing, and that was so awkward.
Okay. So far, it sounds like your end of the conversation was kind of.
God, you're making me
And what
even feel a little embarrassed. I don't know.
Yeah, now I'm very interested to hear what Tucker said.
Well, you're making me talk about this on the air. This was between him and me, but it's kind of funny for me to say. But you must know, he was, when we were talking about the climax thing, he was like, oh, yeah, about that. Sometimes I just can't. And I was like, what? I was joking on my drink almost.
Wait a second. So he just volunteered the information that sometimes he can't do that.
I wasn't sure what he meant. I like almost choked. I'm like, what? You can't what? He's like, yeah, the climax thing. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he kept going. He's like, yeah, I can't because sometimes the Prozac, I'm taking, Effexit. And then
Sophie, that sucks. So what did you say after that? I mean, was it obvious that you were awkward about that? I mean...
the first time I tried to laugh it off, and I thought, okay, maybe he just accidentally said it and tried to make him feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But when he kept going with it, I just stared at him, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Sophie, as somebody who's been on antidepressants his whole life, I can tell you that is a side effect, and that's why I don't take them anymore. One of the main reasons that you take them to get over depression, and then you can't do that anymore, and then you get depressed because you can't do that.
It's a cyclical thing,
So,
I've never known anyone that's taken it. I've never taken it, so I don't know.
yeah, it is a true thing, but that's still very weird that he would share that with you just kind of out of the blue on a first date.
It just made me think, like, okay, first of all, you're sharing a lot with me, very, very personal, and it's almost like, are you trying to warn me? Like, you think we're going to go home tonight? I don't know what you're thinking.
Just be prepared to be disappointed, Sophie. Just be prepared.
And then the whole Prozac thing, why are you taking it? It scares me. Like, are you crazy?
Come on. There's lots of people that take Prozac
It's really
and
common.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and I've taken a
I've
lot of
taken
stuff,
antidepressants.
but I'm kind of crazy.
Oh,
So
come on.
it doesn't really... So do you want to talk to Tucker again, ever?
Not particularly.
No? Okay, well, then I guess I shouldn't tell you he's on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Whoops. Oh, no. Did he just hear everything I said?
Yes, he did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Tucker.
Hey, Sophie, how you doing?
I'm good. Well, not really, but how are you?
Tucker, did you know that you said what you said?
Yeah, I find that it's better to get that out of the way beforehand than during the actual moment.
I will agree with you on that, Tucker, but you probably don't want to do it in the first conversation you're having on a first date with somebody.
Tucker, I mean, if we had a few dates and we're really connecting, getting to know each other, maybe, but it was just so much, like, right off the bat, I just didn't know what to do.
I completely understand your concerns, and I do apologize. I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable at all. I just have had to deal with that a lot with women over the years, especially.
Oh,
Tucker.
do you always tell them right away?
No, but I thought, like, I really, honest to God, I thought we were having a good conversation, and, I just overstepped a little bit. I believe me, I did not think we were going home that night. Believe me.
But he wanted to warn you if you do.
Well, and Sophie, he didn't bring it up out of the blue. It was already a topic of conversation on the table.
Yeah,
It's an honest mistake.
He was finishing your sex education class is what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was adding to it, making sure you got all the notes.
He was enlightening you to the dangers of antidepressants on your sex life.
Well, maybe I need to get educated.
So it's just too awkward for you to go back to the pottery classes?
I'm cool with the pottery classes. I made my little pot and I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on to painting.
You just, every time you're in there and Tucker's trying to mold a thing of clay, you're going to be thinking about how it's just limp. I can understand that, Sophie.
Come on.
Sophie, would you go out on a second date with Tucker? Come on. It's an honest mistake.
Yeah.
He maybe shouldn't have shared that. Will you go out with him again? We will pay for it.
I guess it would probably be nice of me to give him a chance to redeem himself.
He didn't do anything terrible. He just overshared a bit.
Yeah, and it was just a little shock to me, so
Okay, so you'll go out with him again.
sure.
Yes. Fantastic. That is awesome. Thank you, Sophie. I really appreciate it.
You made Tucker's
I
day.
apologize. I will not expose anything else to you that you do not want to.
Oh, okay.
Tucker, just
That is a date. Yeah.
on your second date, just don't talk. How about that? But congratulations, you guys.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email us, brookeandjubal@moving925.com. We will call the person that didn't call you back. Adam is on the phone with us right now. He sent us an email about a girl named Robin. They met online and went out for a night of karaokeing. What's up, Adam?
Hey, what's up, Jubal? Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Adam. What's your karaoke song of choice? What'd you use to impress her?
Living on a Prayer is like my go-to. So.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So tell us about Robin.
Well, we met online. She was great. I was actually really excited to meet her, which isn't always the case.
Mm-hmm.
But I picked her up, and we were really just getting along really well. She was laughing at all my jokes. She was really, cute and funny, and I liked her. So we took the date to the next step, and I took her to my karaoke bar.
Nice. It got serious at that point.
Usually the next step means something else.
I want to move this along to the next level.
For guys, that's a big
We're going to
step.
karaoke. So the date, did you feel like it went well? Was there a moment that you thought it was taking a downturn?
I thought it went great. We were, having some drinks, having a good time. It's kind of a popular bar, so it took a long time to get up. But then I went up on stage. I was killing it. I did kind of... So I've got a move that I do when I sing the song, and I do this high kick. And
Okay, so again, we're wondering why she wasn't calling you back, huh? We're
Still a mystery?
figure that one out.
Hold on. If you could see it, it's pretty impressive.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
Really? It's your signature move.
Hey, everyone's got to have one. I've got mine, right?
Could you
But
see?
I maybe kind of tripped when I did it. I kind of fell backwards, so that wasn't too smooth. But
right.
I got back up. I finished the song, so it shouldn't be that big a deal.
Did you take it as an opportunity to make fun of yourself and be self-deprecating?
Exactly.
Okay.
You gotta play it up, and you can't pretend something like that didn't happen. So you just roll with it and make a joke out of it.
Right.
It was hysterical. I mean, everyone thought it was hilarious. So.
It killed. It did awesome.
That's what I stand by. Laugh at you or with you, it doesn't matter.
Either way, as long as we're having a good time.
How'd your date end?
Well, I don't really remember.
Oh.
I know I woke up at home, and the next day I had to take a cab back to the bar and get my car.
Was it from drinking or was it from a concussion from your wild dance moves?
I think I just maybe drank too much and probably caught a cab or something.
Adam, how do you leave that out of the story that you were blackout wasted during karaoke?
I don't think I was blackout wasted. I, just got a little murky at the end.
Do you know how you said goodbye to her then? Do you remember leaving her?
Not exactly, but...
Okay.
See, normal people just check their memory.
I know myself. Even when I drink too much, I'm still fun. I'm still, a nice guy. I'm never, mean or anything, so...
Oh, no.
Have you tried to call her?
Yeah, I've called her 4 times, and I texted her, and she hasn't gotten back to me. So I thought we had a really great time. I wanted to get back in touch with her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're going to call her in about 3.5 minutes. Play a song, come back, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, awesome. Thanks.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Adam is on the phone with us. Adam emailed us about Robin, who we went out on a date with. They went out karaokeing. He got wasted, doesn't even really remember saying goodbye. Do you want to call her for a second date, Adam, or are you calling her to apologize / find out what happened with the rest of your evening?
I want to apologize, I guess, but I want to go out with her again, so let's call her.
I'm assuming you did something blacked out that you don't remember.
I hope not.
All right, we're going to call her right now, get her on the phone, and get your second date update. You ready?
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
Hi, is Robin there? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Robin? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? She can hear, right, Adam?
What? Is she deaf?
Yeah, she's a hearing person.
Okay.
Oh.
I just wanted to check and make sure because she couldn't hear me there. I'm going to try and call back.
You guys.
I don't know why she would have a phone.
Yeah.
I know.
Or why Adam would invite her to karaoke just to rub it in her face.
Yeah, no wonder she's not calling back, Adam, you jerk.
Oh my gosh, Jubal.
Trust me, I'm singing this amazing.
All right, here we go. I'm trying to call her again. Obviously, there was a problem with the connection.
What is wrong with you?
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is Robin there?
Speaking.
Hey, Robin, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
Hey.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'll just be straight up with you. Somebody emailed us and wants us to get a hold of you to find out why you're not getting back to them.
Okay.
It's a guy named Adam. Do you remember going on a date with him?
Yeah.
Do you think he remembers going on a date with you? I know he was drunk.
He was.
Okay.
I think so. We had a really good time.
So you did have a good time with Adam.
Yeah, it was cool. It was nice.
You didn't even mind his high kick during his karaoke performance?
No, actually, that was hilarious.
Okay. Wow. If you had a good time, why aren't you calling him back?
I don't know. I just thought, it was just like a one-time thing type of deal.
Did he do something stupid while he was drunk?
Oh, yeah, he definitely did stupid stuff while he was drunk. He tried to kiss me, and he was, like, pausy, tried to touch me or whatever during the date. But it was funny.
So, did that bother you? It doesn't sound like that bothers you, though.
Normally it would bother me, but after you see him fall on the stage, I realized he was way, overserved.
Robin, you're awesome. Yeah. I want to go on a date with you.
So you had a fun time. You're not mad about his drinking. Why do you not want to go on a date with him? I am baffled.
There's a secret that I have that I just didn't tell him,
A secret that you have?
Yeah, and it's not a boyfriend. Can you believe that?
Are you?
That's what I was going to say.
Are you actually Rob and not Robin?
No.
Roberto.
What it is that I have a baby, and so I never told him that.
Oh.
What? You have a baby?
Hey, Robin, Adam is on the phone right now. He just heard everything you said.
Oh.
You have a baby?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't even matter.
Was that the baby in the background?
Yeah, that's him in the background. I'm actually trying to feed him now.
Oh, how old is he?
Oh, he's like 5 weeks old.
That's
5 weeks.
newborn.
Wow.
Hold on. You had a baby 5 weeks ago? That's not something that you would tell me?
This is what I'm saying. Now I have to talk about it, and I really didn't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to go out and have a good time.
No, I don't know what you mean. How are you, that's kind of a talking point.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go out and have a good time. I didn't want to get all deep,
Well, apparently you got pretty deep.
Yeah.
So you were just enjoying the night off from watching your baby, and you had fun, and you just aren't interested in going out again. Is that it?
It's like this. If he really likes me, he'll quit partying so much and stay home and watch the baby with me, then sure, I'll go out with him.
Wait a second. Hold on. How are you going to look for somebody and try and, make me completely change who I am and not even say who you are, not even, on your dating profile?
I'm just saying, if you want to go out again, those are the rules. Those are the stipulations. And besides, I didn't call you 4 times after the date. You called me. So.
Wait, oh my gosh.
Where's the baby daddy at?
He's not at the karaoke bar, that's for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where's he at?
He's around, but he's not, really relevant. So it didn't really matter.
So he's not in
There's a guy who's around, and you're going out on a date with me?
Well, he's around enough to watch
what's
the
even
baby.
the point of
So,
that?
In that instance, you better be glad he's around, because otherwise I couldn't have gone out.
He was watching the baby. I don't think she means he's around like he's a boyfriend. He's around like he's still taking care of his kid. That happens, man.
I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer a little bit. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer a little bit.
I'm not the one that called the radio station. You did. It wasn't me. It was you. I just wanted to go out and just have a fun, crazy night out, and we met, and it was cool. Don't put it on me.
You know what? There's other websites for that kind of thing.
Right. Adam, what you may have felt like was a connection may have just been your paternal instincts kicking out. You knew you wanted to be a father. Hey, you guys, we will send you out on a second date. We'll pay for it if you'd like to go out again. Robin, you interested in going out with Adam again? Have a good time?
If he can adhere to the stipulations, yeah.
Adam?
Those are some steep stipulations.
Look, I really liked you, and I'd be open to seeing where it goes. I just don't want to feel like, there's absolutely no point in seeing each other again if I'm not going to commit to you forever on a second date.
So he wants to go out again and give it another shot.
Robin, that's a pretty good offer right there.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, we can see, I just don't want to do anything major or anything serious. We can go out on the second date. That sounds cool.
Perfect.
Nice.
We'll send you guys out again. That's awesome. I really didn't expect you guys to agree to a second date, but that's cool.
Make sure you guys schedule it on a night that your baby daddy can babysit.
You know what? Along with us paying for the date, I will offer my services as a babysitter. Robin?
Run, Robin.
Pro bono, for free. I'll watch that little tyke. Is that what they're called?
You can't just put them in a closet, right?
No, you don't. You just throw some food on the floor and they're good.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
All alone.